let's go smash one more thing. And then
Kid ain't finished.
All right, we're back.
Yet.
We are actually back on now.
we're back on.
Okay. Well,
Time.
that was rough.
Ugh. I'm a.
Joel's traveled ain't much compared to what the kids had to go through for all this.
Oh yeah, it's Zolf. You don't have any idea how hard my life is, man. Yay!
But does he?
A kid can pay respect
Maybe
to
he
the old
does.
world and earn it in kind.
Cancel? Fine, I guess I'll just claim these.
Valediction. Just another one of my sketches.
Cool.
More.
Okay, whatever.
Words can't express what happened, but they're all I got.
Well, words are useless. Okay, what's this thing? Oh, that's where I was before. I only have proving grounds left?
No,
No, I have this feather.
south.
Oh my gosh, so many proving grounds everywhere.
Nope, there, because yeah, there you go.
Yeah, apparently we're not supposed to talk
No
about
use praying to the gods these
profits
days.
in
No
video
time for
games.
it either.
Apparently, that's when Microsoft shuts us down.
That's when Microsoft's like,
Set
stop
little
talking about
prayer
that.
anyway. Couldn't hurt, right?
Don't talk about that.
Yeah, so I actually was going off on a little rant there, and I've sort of lost track of what I was going to say.
Pay the respects to Pith, the bull.
We have reached the quota for Nintendo praise. Yes. No more.
Gods
No
are long
more.
gone now.
Well, and I don't even like Nintendo that much. So it's not like I really like them that much, so much as maybe part of the reason why they have the specific place they have in the market is because they prioritize some things over profits. I can't say that for sure. You know, that's what they tell their employees. It could be a total lie, you know, that they tell their employees. They could just be bad at business. They could just not know how to business.
In time, though, the bull stopped being a symbol and
They do seem to not know how to business.
Yeah.
They see,
He couldn't even save his loyal subjects.
Oops. Well, that's what you get for worshiping false gods. I'm God. Worship me.
but Pith stood for something once. So Pith is our Baal icon.
The bull.
Pith makes
bull.
a decent scarecrow,
Yeah.
at least. Then Pith lights up like a rodeo.
Oh, great.
It recommends you defend.
I'm doing it.
Ain't easy punching through his hide.
Well, he's almost dead, so good job.
Kid breaks him to bits. Must have been guarding that shrine.
Yeah, I think it's partially Nintendo's values and partially Nintendo doesn't know how to business. Or they're not great at it. Like they have some.
They seem to succeed in spite of themselves.
Yeah. Oh, invoke the gods or tell them off. What am I supposed to do?
If you invoke the gods, then enemies get to be stronger.
Yay!
Alright, guys. So, we haven't missed much, but obviously we're having some serious connection issues tonight. Don't know what it is, because
Yeah,
not having... This is odd. We haven't had this kind of problem before. But
Yeah.
we're running up on our estimated timeline anyways, and that'll just be the end. Otherwise, we'll stick around here for a little while longer, see if we can finish off some of these conversation points, or talk about something interesting for next time. The business of video games is tough. Just before I put my kids to bed, I was reading an article about the Gazillion shutdown again, and how that whole thing was affecting the employees of that company. And that's the developer. It's a small developer, and they didn't know how to do this. They did a terrible job because the CEO was just a bad CEO. And one of the things that I think that shows is just how important the right person in the right place, Matt, is. Nintendo, we were talking, has gotten lucky by having the right person in the right place with the right idea far more often than they really should have.
Well, and they have some great IP that they're very protective of. You know, that they've managed
But
to
how did
not...
they get that IP? They got that IP because partially they're lucky, right?
Right, true.
Why is Mario a hit? Well, because...
I'm just gonna uninvoke this god. Okay. So, that was a huge mistake.
The shrines are beneficial, but...
Right before I got killed, or right before we lost stream, the narrator was like, you know, the kid shouldn't be fighting a god, he's not a god. And I was like, excuse me, I am a god. And then the stream shut down. And it's like, what are, you know, apparently, I was like, this is awkward.
So, really, our connection issue is all about our blast.
Yeah, exactly. It's all blasphemy. Apparently the J1000 didn't appreciate my,
They found a core, but at least they found Zolf's precious shrine.
I do not have any popcorn handy.
Place is a dead end.
Wipeout has
have
popcorn.
handy?
Ooh, what are we
Wipeout's
popcorning?
got everything.
Wipeout does. Wipeout has like the bag of holding.
Popcorn. Oh. Are you kidding? Did you...
The gods ain't gonna catch you.
Well, I had to try that. Gravity still works, everyone. Gravity still works. I'll see.
Oh, you went private.
Of our own, though I got
Oh,
some
you
alternatives
sneaky,
in mind.
you sneaky rabbit. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's gonna be some serious assault going on.
Uh-oh. There's some...
He should have finished you off. He should. How did he not just get to 20? I mean, seriously.
The marshals seem like good hands.
He did it before you. All he had to do was that last, unless somehow he just couldn't sink enough time into the football manager. I mean, that's the only explanation, right? Is he really that cocky? I mean, for people who don't know what we're talking about, this is the final round of the UHH, and it's Jam, who's with us here tonight, going against Matthias Anderson, who...
Kid takes another drag.
Taking another drag? Why,
Yeah, man.
Why are you smoking?
It put an exclamation point over it. I had to do it. I don't have control,
okay.
man.
You have no agency.
Yeah.
Only good thing ever come out of the...
Oh, I
So,
forgot this
uh,
bullshit is what happens
Right.
when I smoke.
Right, that's...
Great. I'm gonna have to slowly commit suicide again.
Just because it was new.
Crap. Last time I got high, I came on this really bad trip. Now I'm high again. I'm in the same shitty trip. You know, at some point, I'll realize getting high is not worth it. Probably. I'll probably realize that.
Well, you seem to be doing a better job of conserving your health this time around. For now.
Well, that's true.
Hardly had a moment's
Just
rest.
give me time, though. I'll start screwing it up. Fear not.
There we go. Two achievements in Secret Service, one achievement in Backsport's Rookie Rush, and 5 Manager of the Years. Champions hasn't come through yet.
Up,
It doesn't
up,
matter.
up.
Unless he does 5 banners of the year before you get Champions, you've done it.
What? The tiny thing? Stupid.
Fair to say he's led a hard life. Supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie.
I mean, I don't really talk much, so...
So now comes the inevitable question. Aren't you in the hospital?
Me?
No, I'm talking to Jam right now. Sorry, Des. Oh, wow. So is it like a permanent postponement, or just postponing it for, till next year, maybe?
He never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his.
Well, that's not the reason I would hope for, but sometimes things work out, I guess, right? I know you weren't looking forward to the surgery, so I really hope things go very smoothly there.
Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up.
This is going to set off some
Out there.
some epic salt, though, not just on your feed. The forums are going to go nuts on this. The thread will be funny. I'm going to need a couple of bags of popcorn, I think. I don't know how else I'm going to soak up all the salt.
So were you supposed to lose, and now
He
you're
set
not?
his settings on True Achievement to private so that he wouldn't have had his achievements scan in and went off and earned all the achievements quickly when he was supposed to be in hospital.
Oh. Stealth
so-
attack.
His opponent's going to come back and be like, what the hell? I was at 19, there was no way we were going to pull this off, and he just did it. How many achievements did you have to do offline to preload it? I know you had a lot of progress saved on the Secret Service already, so would it have just been Rookie Rush? I don't know, I wouldn't like having offline achievements at all.
School ain't working out. So
Alright, Des, you can do this. There's only, what,
Make his mama
12 more reflections?
I was gonna say, how many more fucking waves are there of this bullshit?
15.
I have like
What was that saying?
the attention span of a fruit fly, so you know. Endless
Yeah, I think
waves,
it's-
endless waves do not, you know, make me thrilled about life.
Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Ceylani safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it.
Things where different styles of gaming come through in a game like this. There's parts of this game that you can really relate to, the smashing stuff,
Yeah.
but on the whole, this is much more a me game than a you game. There's almost nothing in this game that I don't love. Whereas there's plenty of this game you don't love.
Well, I think
gameplay-wise and thematically, perhaps, but I think you're still gonna enjoy it.
one thing I'll say is, like,
Turns out his mama's time was done too.
something like this, if I was playing on my own, to concentrate without getting like super bored, I would probably be listening to something else while I was doing this, right? So I wouldn't just be doing this, and that's something I do fairly frequently, which actually is a good segue into a topic that we had talked about, which was, what are parts of games you actually like that when you replay those games, so these are games you like enough to replay them, you dread this part. So it's one of your favorite games, but you still
Sure,
just...
okay.
And for me, one example I have is the Fade in Dragon Age Origins. I hate it It's tedious. It's awful. Anyone who's played the game more than once knows it. One of the best things about the PC version is there's a mod called Skip the Fade that literally skips it, but assigns you all the XP and stat boosts. So, you know,
The city had nothing for him. The money had been
if I
sent
play
home
through
with
the
no
Fade
way to
because I'm on the
defend.
console, for example, and I don't have a choice, then I'll be listening to something else while I do it, so that, yeah, you know, I'm going through the motions of fighting, kind of zen out, you know, to either a book or music.
I love how Wi-Fi makes sure that he tells me what the flood is because he knows who I am. It's like,
Yeah.
I probably don't know who the flood is.
Past don't matter.
No! Alright, back to the Bastion.
So, I actually don't have a whole lot of those things. Generally speaking, the games that I'm willing to replay, there are not a whole lot of those sections that I'm going to dread. We kind of replayed Murder together, and I dreaded the demons, but I didn't dread it because I had you playing it, right? If it was me playing it by myself, I might have truly dreaded it, because it's not a fun portion of that game. Something like Alpha Protocol, which I've got on the brain. I don't want to fight the helicopter again. There's a sequence in that game where you have to fight a helicopter. It's just as stupid as it sounds.
Right. That does sound stupid. The only thing that would be stupider is if the helicopter can do backflips while it's fighting you back.
I don't recall it doing backflips,
Kept the city's
but
peace.
it's a
They can rest
absolute
easy now.
BS fight sequence.
So yeah, so
Even since the Ura surrendered to
that's
us,
definitely one
the
of those things
marshals kept a
where
wary eye on it.
especially grinding, because now we've talked about this and I actually like grinding. I know a lot of people don't like
You're a
grinding.
feared
I can
gods.
grind for
We
hours
turned
and hours
them
and
into
hours and
toys,
hours.
put their
But
faces on our wall.
it's like almost like a meditation. You know, physically we're just doing muscle memory and mentally I'm elsewhere, you know, and it's harder to carry on a conversation and do it at the same time, but I don't know how much progress I've made in
Streaming
this
is something
game,
completely different.
but I feel solid. I feel
Third
solid.
of the way through.
Oh, go me. Grinding plus podcast is my happy place. See, Wipod, you and I, same wavelength. Same wavelength. I can grind, well, like in a Final Fantasy game or something like that, I can just grind forever and ever and ever. I always want to be massively overpowered when I get to the end of an RPG, so I, like, can kill the boss in one punch, so, you know, I'll just grind and grind and grind, and either listen to a book, or listen to music, or just anything, really. So, if I were playing Bastion by myself, what I would say is, for a sequence like that, I probably would just keep hammering it and trying different weapon combinations until I defeated it, but I would have something else that I was doing at the same time. And I think it comes from my tiny attention span. So, I don't know if I lost Kronos or not. So,
No, I believe I'm still here.
you sound like you're still here.
I'm still here. Cool.
All right. Well,
It's one of those things where we talked about it, and I just didn't have many answers for it because I don't know. I'll have to think about it and see if I can come up with some good ones for next week.
Yeah, or on Saturday.
Oh yeah, even better.
Yeah, since that's an RPG. So we'll be back on Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern USA time. For
Which we think we calculated out to be noon UK time.
it's like GMT -5 or 6. I think it's 5.
No, it's definitely.
It's 5.
We're minus
right?
5.
We're -5.
It's 5
So
Or
GMT or UTC -5 right now. And then for Saturday Morning RPG, where we're gonna play another chapter of Saturday Morning RPG, and then I guess Tuesday
barring communications issues, and then next Tuesday we'll be back with more Bastion, and then maybe something different right before Christmas. And then what? Hearthstone. Are you ready for Hearthstone yet, or are you still making your plan? I think we're ready. I think we're ready for Hearthstone. The question is the stream ready for Hearthstone? Is Hearthstone something that is actually appealing to anybody other than me? I mean, I do this for me, but it'd be kind of cool if people were interested in it as well. I mean,
So
Des doesn't have to be interested. If she's going to be playing, I'm going to make her interested in it.
The backstory is I refuse to play Hearthstone. Just refuse. So I know zero about it other than you collect cards and do shit with them. So it's like a Hearthstone boot camp. Yeah, we're gonna have Hearthstone boot camp. So, and also I should say I've never ever played a collectible card game, not even Gwent. Right. So I mean,
no Gwent, no Magic the Gathering,
no Magic. Literally have no idea what I would be doing. It would be total new information. So
we're gonna start with the very basics. We're gonna load you up with a brand new account because you've never played it before, obviously.
Right.
And walk you through the tutorial, go through all the basics that a brand new player to the game would go through, and I'll walk you through that really, so you can experience what Hearthstone is all about and see it from the new player perspective, and then show you all the cool features that it has.
Now, I was doing some minor research into Hearthstone, nothing that would teach me how to play it, but just more information about Hearthstone. One of the first things that comes up is that the latest expansion makes it harder for new players to get into the game, which I was like, oh great. just what I need.
Every expansion does this, because what happens is that every expansion makes it more expensive to play. Because if you want to compete, you need to have the good cards. What they're talking about is, if you're a new player, you're not going to get your legend rank in your first month because they have a new expansion coming out. It's going to take you a couple months unless you want to spend a lot of money.
Right.
So we will not be doing the legend grind for you. For one thing, that would take way too long for us to do on stream. For another, I'm not sure that I'm good enough to take you through it, and I know you're not going to be good enough quickly enough for us to do that. What I will definitely do is I'll show you some of the cool stuff to do as a newer player who may not be so good, to take advantage of the new player features.
Now, this is not something that I expect to happen, but do you think it would be kind of hilarious if it did happen? Is if I turned out to be some kind of innate collectible card game playing Savant. But I still hated it. Right. Yes.
Maybe you don't even hate it. Maybe you're done with it. You're like, well, I'm just so good. I'm just gonna be a master now. You turn around and I don't like it anymore because you're so much better than me.
Yeah.
That'd be
like
hilarious.
I can't play with you. You're too lame. So I've got to go. I've got to go on a quest, an epic quest to find the best players to challenge my skills. All right, well, we'll be back Saturday. Who knows what will happen after that, but we'll definitely be here Saturday. Thanks so much for watching, and
see you guys.
See you next time. Bye.